new graphics cards are already going to be replacing the RTX 3080 and 3070 very soon. Let's talk about it. Before that, this video is brought to you by Brobot. Brobot is a free, super fast program that scours the internet searching for restocks of the latest GPUs, CPUs, and consoles to help you find what you're looking for before it goes out of stock. Thanks to Brobot, I was finally able to purchase a PS5 due to its extremely fast speed, and in my case, I noticed it was actually minutes faster than all other popular bots I've tried. So if you're looking for a tool that can help you secure that new GPU, CPU, or console, be sure to click the Discord and Telegram links in the description below to find out more. Well, I hope you didn't pay thousands of dollars for a brand new RTX 3080 or 3070, because it looks like, at least according to a new leak, that Nvidia may actually be bringing out a replacement for both of those GPUs, and yes, it's going to have the amount of RAM that we've been asking for a very long time. I mean, if you remember correctly, since the beginning of this year, we've been talking about a 16GB variant of the RTX 3070, because a lot of people have been very excited to get that level of performance. Unfortunately, though, the RTX 3070, a lot of people believe, and myself included, that 8GB just simply isn't enough. So a lot of people have been clamoring for a 16GB variant, and with the RTX 3080, while 10GB is enough in my opinion, a lot of people do believe that going forward, 10GB is going to be cutting it very close. So of course, that has led a lot of people to actually go ahead and buy the RTX 3080 Ti, which is significantly more expensive and really doesn't give you a whole lot of more performance. And the main reason why a lot of people are doing that is just simply to get those extra 2GB of VRAM. So of course, a lot of people are going to be very excited to hear that Nvidia is going to be releasing higher gigabyte variants of the RTX 3080 and 3070, and also they are going to be releasing one other GPU that many people didn't expect to actually happen. So let's go ahead and get into this leak, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. So according to videocards.com, where I found this originally, which by the way, I will have links to all my sources in the description below, it looks like a leaker who goes by Hongjing 2020 actually did leak that an RTX 3080 12GB, 3070 16GB, and RTX 2060 12GB will be releasing very soon. In fact, a lot sooner than many people, myself included, were expecting. So it sounds like, at least according to him, which by the way, if you don't know who he is, which I haven't actually heard of him before this story came out either, apparently he does have a track record of leaking things, and he did actually leak apparently all the RTX 30 series cards ahead of time, or at least that's what Video Cards kind of seems to allude to in their article. So it sounds like, no, this isn't just some random guy. He does have at least some amount of credibility, so we probably should take what he says, although we should take it with a grain of salt, we probably also should take it somewhat seriously as well. And according to him, the RTX 2060 12GB will be announced on December 7th, which is actually not too far away. That's around just 1 month away, and it actually will be available on December 7th as well. So for those of you out there who are having a hard time trying to get your hands on a GPU, this could potentially help you, as it will be being developed on TSMC's 12nm node, whereas the rest of their GPUs are being developed on Samsung's 8nm node, so that could potentially help supply there. Now, as for the RTX 3070 Ti 16GB, this is apparently going to be announced on December 17th, 2021, and will be available on January 11th, 2022. So it's going to be announced in just a little bit over a month, so coming out very soon. But unfortunately, you are going to have to wait till the first month of 2022 if you do want to get your hands on it. And as for the RTX 3080 12GB, it looks like this will be announced on December 17th as well, with the same January 11th, 2022 product availability, at least according to this leak. Now, some of you out there might be asking the question, well, since they can't even produce enough RTX 3080s or 3070s, why would they go ahead and, release even more GPUs onto the market that just simply can't get enough of what's already currently out there? And for that question, I do believe I actually have an answer for you, and the answer, unfortunately, is going to be they are likely going to be increasing the MSRP. So yes, you are going to be getting finally the amount of VRAM that you want, 16GB for the 3070 Ti and 12GB for the RTX 3080, but unfortunately, you are going to have to pay for it. In terms of pricing, what I'm expecting out of these cards, likely for the RTX 3080, what you're going to be seeing is somewhere between the price of $850 to $1,000, and for the RTX 3070 Ti 16GB version, you are likely going to be seeing something between $700 and $800 US. So again, expect to pay a little bit higher for these cards, but honestly, in the current market, unfortunately, even though those are really high, and normally I'd tell you don't even touch these with a 10-foot pole, well, actually, if you have an RTX 3070 or 30 3080, I guess you could go ahead and just try and buy these on day one, and if you can get the Founders Edition for their MSRP, you can go ahead and sell your card and probably actually make money upgrading, which is something that you normally can't do. So I guess there is going to be a lot of demand for these regardless of how high priced they are, unless of course they end up being like $2,000, which of course they're not going to be, because that wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. But another reason as to why they are going to be producing these cards is, not only are they going to be raising their MSRPs, but I have been hearing some rumors that potentially Nvidia is going to be slowing down their production of the original RTX 3080 and 3070. And what this means is that, the remaining stock of those are likely mostly going to be going towards the, mining cards that they produce, those CMP HX mining cards, and the remaining stock that's available is going to be very, very limited for gamers. And so I think the reason behind that, once again, is because that's going to maximize Nvidia's profits, and it is still going to make them look good because gamers are going to get finally the amount of VRAM that they've been asking for. Now, finally, in terms of performance, if you're wondering where these things are going to land, the RTX 3070 Ti 16GB, surprise, surprise, is likely going to be, pretty much identical to the amount of performance you'll get out of the 8GB version. Only in a few select scenarios will you likely see that extra VRAM actually help right now. Now with the RTX 3080 12GB version, there is a possibility you could see a slight increase in the amount of CUDA cores, unlike the RTX 3070 Ti 16GB. However, if they do go ahead and, increase those CUDA core counts, it isn't going to be by much, because we do have to remember that the RTX 3080 Ti still is going to exist, and that does have a significant increase over the RTX 3080. So even if they do change the amount of CUDA cores available on the RTX 3080 12GB, don't expect it to be by very much. And honestly, the only real improvement that you're going to be seeing is that extra 2GB of VRAM and the potential extra memory bandwidth that could, potentially help with some certain applications. But hey, that's just what I think. Do you think that Nvidia is really going to be releasing an RTX 3080 12GB and an RTX 3070 Ti 16GB, or do you think there's just way too many cards on the market already? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to drop a like. Every time you do so, AMD and Nvidia get more stock. Also, if you want to see more, click here. You won't be disappointed.